What's up guys, Darkish Raider, and here's my review for Assassin's Creed 3. I felt the overall gameplay experience to be average compared to other Assassin's Creed games in the franchise. However, this third installment, well, technically fifth, brings a few innovations that set it apart from the other games. Tree climbing felt natural. Now, commanding my own ship and sinking other ships, that just felt awesome. Hunting animals in the forest, it was fun for a while, but not something I'd really go back to and go on my free time. Although the basic gameplay is the same, Assassin's Creed 3 does make the gameplay feel more deeply cinematic with the, it puts cutscenes in the gameplay.
I never drag them in battles that I can handle unless I absolutely have to. I'm supposed to set an example. I need to be the leader.
Like most open world games, Assassin's Creed 3 does have a few animation issues. I know I ran into a few during the game, and I play on the PS3 version. A friend of mine who has the 360 version said he ran into the same problems, so I believe it's for both PS3 and 360. I did find the story for both Desmond and Connor to be kind of disappointing. I was expecting Desmond's story to be more apocalyptic in the end, and as for Connor's story, it just didn't really... It was okay, but it didn't really wow me like I was expecting it to. But the way they made it fit into the history of the storyline of the actual American Revolution was pretty spot on. You will find a lot of things that are familiar to the other Assassin's Creed games, like the leap of faith, the synchronization, pickpocketing, and not to mention that copy and pasted multiplayer. Nice try, Ubisoft. But the adding of co-op was pretty nice. So I'm gonna give this game an overall score of 84%. It was a pretty good game, but I don't really feel like it really lived up to the hype. Now, I told you guys to send me in some questions for the game for my review, so I'm gonna get into these questions that I received. This question comes from Jai Fox or J Fox, and he has 6 questions. 1. I've been told and seen when you finish the game, you have your hood down. Can you put it back up? Unfortunately, no. For some reason, it is not optional as to whether or not you have your hood on or off, especially at the end of the game, where they force you to have it off and show that mohawk. 2. I am mostly fond of the Frontier. Can you free roam it anytime you want? Yes. 3. Can you go sailing anytime you want, like freely, and just get the ship and explore islands? Now, sailing is like their missions. You don't just go to it. Like, you gotta go to the mission and then start the mission and then you sail. And no, you cannot explore islands, though that would be pretty awesome.
This wasn't my beef, so I did. I just fell back, watched and gritted my teeth while he's all over TV. Now I'm talking to a man who literally saved my life. Like, fuck it, I understand this is business, and this shit just isn't none of my business. But still knowing this shit could pop off at any minute.
4. After you complete the game, can you free roam and do what you like? Yes. 5. I see people with mohawk as hair. Can you change that? No. Is the combat hard to learn and fun? It is fun, and as for hard to learn, as long as you follow the tutorials, you'll pretty much know how to play the game. This question comes from All the Trains, and it says, how do I play free roam? If you're in a mission, you would go to the menu and go on abort mission. Well, it's gonna say abort memory, and then you just go and do whatever you want.
You see the verdict, I'll walk away from it all before I let it go any further. But don't get it twisted, it's not a plea that I'm copping. I'm just willing to be the bigger man if y'all can quit popping off at your jaws, well then I can, cause frankly I'm sick of talking.
This question comes from Jedi Master 101, and it says, do you like the way they did the pickpocketing? Honestly, I don't really like the way they did pickpocketing. You don't really... I remember in the past, I can't remember which one it was, but one of the other Assassin's Creed games, when you pickpocket someone, you actually see their hand go toward their pocket and snatch. Well, they'll not literally snatch the money, but make a snatching gesture. On Assassin's Creed 3, it's not even real. Like, you can pickpocket someone in their face, and that's just funny. Well, it's funny in the sense that it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just walk up to you, you see me, and I pickpocket you. Now, this is not really a question, but this guy, That Awesome Dude, made a great point in my comments. He said that the multiplayer is complete garbage and a waste of time. If they weren't going to make a fun multiplayer, they should have used that space to polish graphics on story mode. And I agree 100%. The multiplayer, like all the Assassin's Creed games, it's fun for a little bit and then you just stop playing it altogether. They could have used that space on the disc to polish up the graphics and the animations.
Your objective is to find and kill assigned targets. Avoid being killed by other players.
Alright, so that's it for the questions. If you want to see my full gameplay montage for Assassin's Creed 3, I'll leave the annotation up for you guys. That's pretty much how I feel about this game. For anyone who wants to leave an angry comment, I recommend Lubriderm Advanced Therapy for your butt hurt. That wraps up this vid. Raider out.
His channel is so garbage. His
No, I mean, like,
he doesn't get no streaks, no nothing. He just sucks.
bro, I tell you, bro,
My grandma played that.
I'm sitting there watching this. I fell asleep, woke up, I didn't know where I was. That man sucks, bro. This man is whack on YouTube and in school. What the hell is that about?
It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted, barely breathing, holding on to what I believe in. No